Well, we're definitely excited to play University of Southern California in the Holiday Bowl. I think our team understands when you play a brand team like that it'll be an exciting game, and they have a ton of talent and are well coached, and um, I think our guys will be fired up to go out there and play. It's unfortunate we didn't finish the season exactly the way we wanted. I thought our guys, came ready to play. They practiced hard. Just the game, um, did not go the way we wanted, and that starts with me. And we just got to fix a few things up. And it was just a tough football game for us. But we're excited to take a break right now. They're taking finals, a little bit of break from football. Recruiting's going on. We'll get back going middle to late next week on bowl practice and get ready for the bowl game.
Jeff, is every bowl game that you do is it kind of the same format? I mean, you take a little break. Obviously, you've got so much recruiting going on. Kind of how will you move once you get back next week going to the bowl? How will you kind of schedule your guys, and how much work do you get?
I think it's important that these guys get a break from football. They've been going hard and long for a long time. We had an extra game with the championship game. They need a break, and we had some guys dinged up and banged up after this past game. That they need some time to get healthy, and some of it might take all the way until game time. But they need to get refreshed, and that's important. And then once we get back going, I think we're very conscious to make sure we get in good practices, make sure we really spend a lot of time with our young players, doing more and more at the end of each practice and giving them plenty of reps and opportunities to show exactly where they're at, and continue to develop them throughout the course of those practices. We'll give them a couple of breaks here and there, and I'm not for sure the exact details of what day we'll leave, but we'll be smart with them, and there are certain guys we got to get to the game healthy.
Jeff, this always comes up this time of year. Have you got any indication or expect anybody to opt out of the bowl game, any of your players?
I don't think, as of right now, no one has opted out for the game. I know Gerard Jordan and Ben Perry got necked up in the last game, and will be game time decisions even for the bowl game with this type of rest. Austin Collins, had an appendix surgery, and we're trying to get him back for the game if he's possible. So some things like that. But as far as opting out, everyone I think is ready to play, and they want to play, and are looking forward to playing in this game.
Yeah, you mentioned the value of younger guys getting more reps in practice. How about in the game? Do you see yourself working some more young guys into the game itself, or will you play it pretty much the way you did the first 13 games?
I think we're going to play the game to win. We always do, and that'll be the philosophy, is to play the game to win, and we'll do that first game of the year, last game of the year, bowl game. Now, with that said, the roster will be slightly different. Without question, you could see some younger and new guys emerge with playing time, and we're definitely open to that. And we'll gauge where they're at this month in practice, but that could easily happen.
In addition to the opting out, has there been discussions about guys potentially deciding, okay, my career's done in college, I'm going to start my professional pursuit?
I think right now these guys are taking a break. They haven't made those type of decisions. I think they're probably gathering information between the last game and now, and even going forward to make the best decision for them. I'm sure some of that could happen. I would anticipate if it does, it happens after the bowl game. We'll go from there. But in the end, we want to give our guys the best information we have. Obviously, we'd love for all of them to stay and play. But if it's a great situation for them to pursue their dream, we'll support them 100%.
Jeff, I guess right now, how do you balance the recruiting aspect while evaluating what you may or may not have to know what to go after in the portal while also preparing for the bowl game? I guess what is that like in prioritizing those different aspects?
I think it all goes on right now. Right now, there's been a few people decide to move on. You have to constantly try to improve your roster and your team and where you think you need to get better. So without question, we're hard at work on that, and that's the a big focus between myself and all of our coaches and support staff and recruiting staff. We'll continue to monitor that. That changes daily. It's just when you think you're feeling good, that can easily change daily. So we're working hard at that. I think we got a good method and system. We try to be honest and try to present opportunities to people that may be of their liking, but at the same time, it's not for everybody. And we want guys that want to be here, that are hungry, that want to achieve their goals, and we want to try to help them do that. So, like I said, our guys are finishing finals now. We want them to have a little bit of break from the field. Some weight workouts. We'll start going from there. Of course, they'll start to kind of watch some film and get ready. But this weekend, most of next week until the end of the week, will be used for recruiting quite a bit with our staff, and then we'll start bowl practice and mix in recruiting both at the same time, and then we will use next weekend for visits for recruits as well. And then it technically goes dead as far as having people on campus.
With what happened with FSU and the college football playoff, it seemed to throw pretty much every other team in the ACC that was bowl eligible in for a loop. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that ordeal that kind of in a ripple effect may have kept you guys out of a New Year's Six.
Well, it's unfortunate. I think anytime a team can go 13-0 and they're the conference champion, they should be able to advance. And I know the talk is they didn't have their star quarterback, which is a great player without question. But these guys went 13-0 and they had good wins, and they won with whoever they had on the field, and a couple teams got in with 1 losses. So, I don't make the rules. I think everybody's happy for this to expand to 12 teams next year and have a legitimate chance for the 12 best teams to go on and advance and try to win a championship. But I know that'll be an exciting time for everybody. But without question, I understand the severe disappointment in Florida State.
Coach Caleb Williams opted out of this bowl game. So obviously we've kind of been in this era where key players are opting out for the NFL. As a coach, going into these kind of bowl games, how do you strategize for a team where, quite frankly, the tape doesn't match up with the team that you're going up against now, that it's a backup quarterback, and what do you do in that circumstance?
I think it's important that we just improve to get better. We've made some key mistakes in the past couple of games that we need to get fixed. We need to coach better and have adjustments that can help us when we get stale at times. This past game we lost quite a few one-on-one battles that we need to win, or if not, we need to figure out another way to get points and win games. But obviously the quarterback that they had is the possible and probable number 1 pick in the draft, and those things are going to happen. We have faced backup quarterbacks before, and we faced Florida State's third-team quarterback, didn't win the game, but our defense played well. And so I just think we got to improve and get better, and we need to figure out ways to score points and get our mojo back, and play sound football and get guys to play hard and finish and want to win and put forth that strain and extra effort, and that's what you got to do to win football games. So we're just going to try to get back to the basics and understanding what it takes to win football games, and I'm sure every team wants to go out there and finish the season strong. So this team will come ready to play, and if we're not ready, it won't be a good day for us. So we want to go out with a win. We want to work hard to try to win this football game.
From outside your team, I think the perception is you guys exceeded expectations and had a good year. From your standpoint, now that you've gone through the 13, how do you feel like you guys did?
Well, I am proud of our football team. I think that they really worked hard this year. They found a way to compete to the end, play hard, win some close football games, find ways to improve and do some really good things. So that's great, and we want to build off that without question. And I think our guys were into it, and we had a chance, an opportunity to win a championship. The other side of it is, it's a disappointing finish for myself. I wanted to win the last 2 games. Our team did, and we didn't find a way to get that done. And when you go to a championship game and you're right in it in the fourth quarter with the chance to take a lead and win, and you can't get it done. It's disappointing, and we have to find a way to make those plays and to make those adjustments and to figure out a way to win in the end. And so it's not a great feeling for me because I don't want to let anybody down, and I've got work to do. I want to win, and I think our players want to win. Our coaches do, and you got to take advantage of these opportunities when they come about. So I think it's going to be important that, just like everything, you get the same hunger back, the same work ethic back, the same fire in your belly that if you want to be great, you got to work at it, and you got to go produce come game day, and that's just kind of what you got to do. And if you do that, things take care of itself. But if you worry about anything else or lose confidence or lose that burning desire, then the results won't be good.
I guess as a follow-up, have you noticed some confidence has dropped in guys, and has that been something that you've had to address? And I guess how much do you feel like the team has been or needs to play for pride and ending the season with some momentum heading into next year?
No, I don't think our confidence has gone anywhere. We didn't have a great fourth quarter. Overall, it wasn't good enough on offense. So my confidence needs to get back going because I think that we have good players that work hard that want to win. So we've got to present a better plan that gives them a better opportunity to score points and help us win football games. But these guys work hard, and I think they're upbeat. They like to compete. They'll get back here after the break and give us everything they got and have fun going out there competing and playing. And we got to continue to just proceed forward. And when you play a really good football team, you got to find ways to win. So we just got to make sure that we have answers and we continue to play aggressive and continue to push the envelope and try to play our best and coach our best every game.
Jeff, you've been through a lot, seen a lot in your career coaching. How would you describe the portal in the last 10 days or so for not just you guys, but for everybody, and how crazy it's been with guys in, guys out, and throw NIL in there? Would you describe it, and how do you manage it?
Well, I try not to waste a whole lot of time even trying to figure that out. I think in general, yeah, it's hectic. It changes. It's nonstop. You got to work at it. You got to not get frustrated with things along the way. There's a lot of things going on to it, and working through this is just it's just a process that you got to just keep your composure, keep your beliefs of what you believe in, as far as doing the right thing and improving your team and doing it the right way with people that fit and that can help your team win, but also are good people that want to work hard and that are hungry and that are coming for the right reasons. So a lot of things to balance, but you have to investigate every scenario. And that's the crazy thing about it, is because of all the things that go into transferring now, it changes every day and it changes every minute. And you have to, in this sport, recruit enough players to have options, backup options, third options, fourth options at every position if you think you need those positions to help you win. And at the same time, you have to have a pulse of your team and make sure that everybody is feeling good about the direction we're going. And it just takes a lot of work. So it is what it is. We're grinding away at it. We'll still do that. And I think that our guys know we're going to do everything in our power to try to win football games and improve our team.
Jeff, a couple things relating to the bowl. Given the disappointment that you've talked about, do you look at this as sort of the bowl game, a win would maybe alleviate some of that and give you a better outlook going into next season?
Well, all wins will make you feel good. So, yeah, we want to try to win the game. And I think anytime you can play a brand team of USC that started off really hot and, maybe unfortunately didn't play as well in defense as they would like towards the end, they're going to be hungry. They're out to prove themselves. They got good coaches. They got good players. They got talent. They can recruit the best guys across the country because of their brand. And, I'm sure just like when a few people opt out, there's going to be backups ready that are 4- and 5-star kids that want to go out there and earn their stripes. So, we've got to improve and have a good couple weeks of practice and go out there and try to play our best game.
If you had a chance to look at Moss inning on film, the backup.
No, I haven't had a really good study of that yet. It's been kind of nonstop since, so we'll get caught up on that here over the next week.
Jeff, you talked about getting a longer look at some of the younger players leading up to the bowl game. How much do you use this as an opportunity to evaluate how far like Brady Allen and Pierce Clarkson have come as young quarterbacks this season?
Well, we're going to use these couple weeks to definitely do that, and we'll get as many game type reps as we can without trying to get guys injured. But all those guys got to improve, and they got to work hard to um, be consistent, be able to perform, gain the confidence not only myself and our coaches but their teammates, and that's an important process. And you can't do it without as meaningful reps as you can. So we will definitely use these next couple weeks to give those people you mentioned and others that we want to get a hard look at plenty of quality reps that we can judge as much as we can in a game-like situation and hope that we can continue to press forward on the improvement.
One quick follow-up. You mentioned USC's brand. It feels like the brand of this program has really taken a leap this season. When you're out recruiting, do you feel like people are looking at Louisville differently than when you first started the job?
Well, I think we got a great brand, and I think everywhere we recruit, we're viewed as that, and people are interested and want to come check it out. And of course, every little thing matters. So winning and improving, playing an exciting brand of football. Everything we can do to continue to escalate that's important. But right now, we've are in the ball game with quite a few people, and it's just a matter of tying all those things in with everything else that is involved with recruiting to try to piece it together and add some pieces that we think really fit.
Jeff, the month started with the ACC Championship. You got a bowl game in the end, and then we've been talking about the transfer portal. You also have the early signing period in December. There was a quote, Josh Pate made the quote that whoever scheduled all this stuff in December would never have been head coaches. From your perspective, what is this month like? I mean, because it's changed quite a bit lately.
Well, without question, it's getting more hectic and hectic every year, and there's just a time frame where that it's going to be nonstop for 2 straight weeks of piecing together and getting guys on campus and getting a chance to meet them and their families and them to meet us and see the facilities and meet our players and get around them and see if it's a fit. And it's just and those things change more and more now, and there's a lot more reasons that people want to come and be a part of it now that you have to factor into it that you did not used to have to. So that's what can be tricky, and you've got to do the right thing by all. But it is. It's busy. I still try to find time to watch some film and to make sure that football-wise we're doing something a little bit every day to kind of still put this thing together for our team. Luckily, we have a strength staff and people here that when the main coaches are on the road that are continuing to do that and making sure that our team is taken care of and getting what they need to get rejuvenated and fresh for when we start back up. So it's just there's a lot of work, but after next weekend, the ability to go on the road and bring people on campus ends for a while, which is good, but it doesn't mean that decisions are made yet, and the thing is still active. And now then it becomes a phone call situation where you're in communication that way. And then, of course, once school starts in January, then things will settle down slightly if your pieces are added. But, it'll be constantly going from there. There'll be constant movement after that. There'll be constant movement in the spring, and there'll be constant movement in the summer. So that's just how they have set this thing up, and there's no reason for us to complain. It is what it is, and you just continue to adjust and try to do your best to be on top of it and make sure we're all aware of what's going on, able to adjust quickly without getting upset or angry, and staying steadfast in our belief to put together the best team we can.
Have you mentioned not having any opt-outs? Obviously, that's kind of the thing right now as far as bowl games is seeing who's going to play, who's not going to play. I guess not having guys, opt out or having guys that have said that they're going to play in these games even though they're looking at, different options as far as his future. Is that something you take pride in, and how much does that make it easier in terms of game prep?
Well, I think every year, excuse me, is different, and it's all based on how they view themselves and their future, and you know how sure they are of that future. And I think right now, we've got really good players that play hard and want to win, and obviously some have got to think about their future moving forward. I think this game, in my opinion, is an important game to show what you can do and to go out there and play a really good football game. A lot of these guys will play in a Senior Bowl or an East-West Shrine, so there's more football to be played. So I think they understand to get another really good game on film where they play well can be beneficial. And I believe scouts and teams, look at that. And without question, you're going to have a few top draft picks that may opt out for obvious reasons, but there's others that want to improve their stock, and you definitely can in a bowl game against good competition when you're the only game on TV. So I think that easily can happen with a lot of guys on our team.
Just going back to what happened with the playoff, obviously you guys faced this Florida State team, and after them being left out, do you feel like you guys kind of took a jab, and the conference as a whole took a jab with what people are classifying as SEC bias, and ultimately having Bama jump them at the end?
Well, I think the ACC is a great football conference, and they're really good football teams, good parity. I think Florida State, earned the right to advance based on their play and their undefeated season and the teams that they beat. So that's my opinion. I don't make the decisions. I think there's good football teams at the top of this conference, and I think there's good parity throughout. And without question, you can look at records of conferences versus conferences, and I know what I read and what I saw. In my opinion, yeah, an undefeated team that's 13-0 and won the ACC should be able to advance and play. And I definitely, feel for the anger that they have about the decision that was made. Okay, thanks.